Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Welcome, dear friends, back again to our second set of episodes on Meher Baba's life and his beautiful words. Words that we need to imbibe in our everyday life. We are yet again with dear Baba lover Cyrus Khambata, who is there with us to tell us more and still yet more about the avatar of our age. Welcome back, Cyrus.
Jai Baba.
Baba.
Jai Baba.
So, Cyrus, in one of our first episodes, you mentioned about this precious letter as a young teenager that you wrote to Meher Baba. And even though Baba was in his seclusion, he responded to you.
True.
Through Airaj.
True.
And though we covered it very, very briefly, it's intriguing to know, because I caught on that one sentence which you mentioned, that it is an important letter for every youngster to hear. So if you could elaborate further on that wonderful letter that Baba sent you and tell our viewers.
First of all, thank you, Baba, again, and thank you, Roshani Shenazz. To let the viewers know that I got to know of Avatar Meher Baba when I was 17 through a friend. This must be September, October of 1968. And when I got to know that Baba was in seclusion, in a sense, I tried to reach him but could not reach him. I was restrained in some mysterious ways, which I wouldn't go into. And I somehow emboldened myself to write to him. So at 17, my thoughts were obviously very immature. And so I wrote to him words to the effect that what I remember now after almost 48 years, 47 years, is that, dear Sadguru Meher Baba, because at that time he was addressed as Sadguru Meher Baba, although I know that you know everything, I feel tempted to pen you a few lines. And then I wrote all about myself. And I wrote about my philosophy of life to him, saying that how worthless it is to just study and get married and beget children and then, just pop off. So what's the fun of it all? So I wrote to him asking that I be, in a sense, called to stay with him, to live with him and lead a type of life that he wants all of us to lead. Little did I know that Baba was a very practical master, and the reply that came from Baba actually bowled me over. In a sense, I was expecting a totally different response. So this is the letter which I received from Baba through Airaj Jasawala, Baba's very intimate and close disciple. So when I said it in brief in our last episode, there were quite a few calls which I received when they said, we would like to know all about what the letter stated. And why I say it is very essential for teenagers is because it emphasizes on certain aspects of how one should conduct ourselves in life. The other beauty about this letter is that it is undated. So I call it that it is dated forever, for eternity.
True, wow.
And I'm surprised because knowing Airaj and Mani and the other Mandali, they were so meticulous about certain things, but somehow the date was missing in this letter. So I take it that it is dated forever and generally to be spread or shared with all. So I'll just read through the letter.
Sure.
It says, Airaj, care of Avatar Meher Baba, Ahmednagar, MS, which stands for Maharashtra State, India. My dear Cyrus, in spite of restrictions on correspondence, beloved Avatar Meher Baba heard your very loving letter, and he directs me to inform you that he wants you to live with your family and lead an honest and pure life and not neglect your studies. So I would say in the very first sentence, all the three wickets were bowled. In the very first bowl, he just bowled me over because I wanted to be away from the family. I wanted not to study. And of course, about leading a pure life, I didn't much think about it at that time. He wants you to remember him wholeheartedly and as often as you can in the midst of your daily activities. This has been a mainstay of Baba all through, that one should remember him in our daily activities wholeheartedly and as often as we can, Make him our constant companion. Even if we don't take him to be God-man, to be God in human form, being the avatar, it doesn't matter. You can take him as a friend, you can take him as a father, you can take him as a senior member of your family, as a business partner, or as anything, you know. So I think that this is what he wants. He wants you to remember him wholeheartedly and as often as you can in the midst of your daily activities. Avatar Meher Baba wants you not to commit any sort of lustful action as long as you are not married. There was an emphasis on purity, and there was an emphasis on not to indulge in any sort of lustful action as long as one is not married. He wants you to lead a pure life. He wants you to face the world kindly and bravely and shoulder the responsibility that might have to be shouldered later on in your life. Wow. I see a lot of, fine-tuning in these two words, kindly and bravely. When we tend to attend to the world kindly, people tend to overpower us. In a sense, they take it as a weakness. If we try to do it bravely and courageously, we tend to be very overtly, aggressive to the others. So this very fine-tuning combination I felt, that Baba says, he wants you, Erach writes this of course, that Baba wants you to face the world kindly and bravely. And shoulder the responsibility that might have to be shouldered later on in your life. Baba gave a lot of emphasis on shouldering one's responsibilities and performance of one's duties, the worldly duties. Even in Baba's My Wish, there are 6 points. The first point is, do not shirk your responsibilities. And the second point is, attend faithfully to your worldly duties. But keep always at the back of your mind that all this is Baba's. So he never wanted us to run away from life, but to face life and shoulder the responsibilities. He sends you his love and blessing and wants you to remain happy in the knowledge that those who love him are dear to him and close to him.